I'm on the Centaur's footpath in Mount Pelion, home to those wise mythical creatures, half man, half horse. Densely forested Mount Pelion is where the fabled centaurs roamed, including the wisest of them, Chiron, who was known as a healer and teacher to many of the heroes of Greek mythology. I'll take the old steam engine locomotive up the mountain to visit some of its most storied villages. Το κάθε τι έχει το μυστικό του και το κόλπο του.
Βέβαια, γι' αυτό οι συνταγές αυτές είναι από τις γιαγιάδες μας.
I learned to make a famed regional specialty, preserved whole apples, with a group of local cooks and visit them at the women's cooperative they run, one of the first in Greece.
Μπορώ να δοκιμάσω, έτσι.
Ναι.
Και μετά κάνουμε και γλυκό από αυτά.
Inspired by this magical mountain, I'll make one of the region's best-known dishes, spetsofai. Taking a cue from the many greens that provide delicious seasonal food, I'll cook eggs in vibrant beet greens. And finally, I'll take some of the renowned spoon sweets, fruit preserves, and transform them into an easy modern dessert that combines tradition with a modern touch.
It goes back to one of my absolute earliest memories of Greece.
Join me on my Greek table as I explore Mount Pelion, the Centaur's kitchen, and the wisdom of preserving both nature's bounty and tradition. I was born in New York and visited Greece when I was 12. I fell in love with the place and my husband. I moved to Athens 25 years ago to cook and write about Greece's healthy foods and natural beauty. I'm Diane Kochilas. Γεια σας. Mount Pelion is beloved by Greeks, but rarely on the radar screen for most foreign visitors to the country. Pelion is the perfect combination of land and sea. Towering over a peninsula shaped like a hook, it combines everything from skiing to swimming, indeed in some of the clearest waters and best beaches in Greece. The 24 villages that dot Mount Pelion are renowned for their distinct architecture, characterized by the beautiful gray and bluish stone used to build its traditional structures. The views can be breathtaking in this magical corner of Greece. Nature's offerings have been packaged, so to speak, by the handful of visionary women's agricultural cooperatives like this one. Taking the local bounty that they grew up with, these forward-thinking women parlayed their knowledge into a thriving business, making everything from traditional noodles to fruit preserves, liqueurs, pickled vegetables, and handicrafts, which they sell all over Greece. I'm visiting a farm and cooking center. Here, visitors to the village come to enjoy the natural surroundings and to learn how to make whatever specialties are in season.
Είναι το άγριο το σίκο, δεν είναι το ήμερο.
Είναι
το
το
ήμερο,
άγριο,
ναι,
ναι.
το ήμερο γίνεται...
We're going on a little nature walk just to get a sense of the incredible variety of wild greens and other wild foods that are part of the culinary lore on Mount Pelion.
Και εδώ, αυτές είναι οι φτέρες που λένε.
Αυτές είναι φτέρες, ναι. Το βιολί.
Και αυτό κόβεις.
Αυτό. Αυτή την κορυφούλα την κόβουμε και την κάνουμε τουρσί.
Το μαζεύετε όταν είναι...
Το μαζεύουμε...
Όταν είναι σγουρό.
Όταν είναι σγουρό. Αυτό είναι το χερούελι του βιολιού.
Κατάλαβα. Αυτό τι είναι?
Όταν είναι, λέγεται βεριά. Τα κόβουμε έτσι σε αυτό το μέγεθος,
Ναι.
τα ζεματίζουμε και τα τρώμε σαλάτα. Είναι πολύ καλό για το όσοι έχουν ζάχαρη,
Ναι.
γιατί είναι πικρά.
Ωραία.
It's hard not to be inspired by so much delicious wild food. To me, as a cook, I'm always looking for ways to parlay my experiences in the Greek countryside into dishes that anyone, anywhere can make. I'm making a beautiful egg dish with these beet greens, and I just want to get my stems in there first because they're the toughest part of the greens. In Greece, we like to eat every part of the vegetable. The stems are a little bit tough, so you want to cook them a little longer. I'm just going to get my onions and chopped fennel in here. And the fennel adds that layer of almost anise flavor to this, that very refreshing note. This is really about the layers of earthy flavors that blend beautifully in a dish. And when you cook those types of foods together, you feel good. I'm just gonna let this cook down a little bit. Now these can be a coarse chop. They're gonna lose a lot of volume. You can use golden beets for this, or red beets, or any sweet green really would work in this wonderful dish. My garlic is next. These are cooked down to the point where I'm ready to add my tomatoes. And you just want simple chopped tomatoes. You can use canned tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, whatever you've got. Stirring that all in. This is good on its own, but with eggs, it's gonna be even better. So I've made my little indentations there. I'm gonna add just a little bit of olive oil inside my nests for my eggs. You wanna do this very carefully. Try not to break the yolk. And I'm just gonna season my eggs lightly with a little salt and pepper. I'm just gonna let this cook until the eggs set, and you can see it's already starting to happen. And I like to cook this without a lid because I actually like to watch it happen, and I like my eggs to be a little on the soft side. I am gonna serve this like a Greek with really good bread. This is a Greek variety of wheat, actually. It's called zea. It's an ancient grain, very much like spelt. This whole idea of eating wild foods, enjoying preserved foods, which is a really ancient tradition in this part of the world, made me realize that I have something I've pretty much always on hand in my own kitchen, which is preserved cheese. Putting feta or any cheese in olive oil is a great way to preserve it, and it gives it an incredible texture and flavor. It goes great with the eggs and the greens. Oh, look at that. That looks beautiful. I have to add a little bit of this amazing olive oil and some of the feta cheese that's in here. I've got to try this. This is really rich and really earthy. Oh, this looks awesome. So I really hope that you're to run out to your greens market, look for some of these wonderful greens, cook up some eggs, maybe preserve a little feta or other cheese in olive oil, and kind of sit back and enjoy this on a Sunday morning or on any day of the week, because it's a great, easy dinner.
In a country where sunshine and a temperate Mediterranean climate mean perfect growing conditions for great fruit and vegetables, preserving that bounty has been a long-standing tradition. On Mount Pelion, these traditions run even deeper, and the variety of spoon sweets and pickles is arguably greater than it is anywhere else in Greece.
Αυτό έχει δουλειά, λοιπόν. Δεν είναι τόσο εύκολο.
Δεν είναι, τίποτα δεν είναι εύκολο. Όλα τα φρούτα δουλειά θέλουν για να γίνουν.
We're making the most famous spoon sweet in Pelion, which is with this apple. They call this the king of spoon sweets. This apple is a φιρίκι. Δεν μου λέτε, γιατί το φιρίκι και όχι τα άλλα μήλα είναι το κατάλληλο για γλυκό του κουταλιού?
Ίσως είναι ο τύπος του μήλου.
Επειδή είναι μικρό.
Επειδή είναι μικρό και είναι διαφορετικό από το ντελίσιο.
The reason why they make the spoon sweet with this variety is because it's not too sweet. So when you cook it in the sugar syrup, which is what we're going to do next, it takes on a sweetness.
Αλλά είπαμε ότι το μήλο, το γλυκό δεν γίνεται αμέσως μετά τη συγκομιδή.
They let the apple sit for 2 months after it's harvested. That way the juices kind of evaporate a little bit and the sweetness in the apple has a chance to develop. And it's also a firm apple, so when you cook it, it doesn't turn to mush. It doesn't fall apart. Το κάθε τι έχει το μυστικό του και το κόλπο του.
Βέβαια, γι' αυτό οι συνταγές αυτές είναι από τις γιαγιάδες μας.
A generation or two ago, there wasn't a woman who didn't learn from her mother and grandmother how to make a huge variety of these sweets. Every fruit has its season, and every spoon sweet is associated with a specific season. They call them the hospitality sweet because anytime you visit a home in Greece, you're typically offered a little plate of γλυκό του κουταλιού, a spoon sweet. And now that the apples have been cored and peeled, they need to be washed. And then they're going to be boiled in a very simple sugar syrup with a little bit of lemon juice. The apples have sat overnight in the sugar syrup with a little bit of lemon juice, and they're pretty much ready now to serve. You know how you know the syrup's ready? Forget about candy thermometers. Evanthea's got another trick that it's the first time I'm seeing it. Δείξτε μου. She's just putting a drop of the syrup on her fingernail, and if it holds its shape, the syrup is exactly the thickness she wants it to be, and you can see it's holding its shape. The apples are cooled down, and this is exactly the stage where they stuff them with these beautiful roasted almonds. Ωραία. Πενόστιμα.
Ανυπομονώ. Ήρθε και η ώρα να το δοκιμάσετε.
Ευχαριστώ πολύ και με χαρά. Για να δούμε τον βασιλιά.
Για να δείτε τον βασιλιά των γλυκών.
This is definitely the king of spoon sweets. Imagine solid apple cider, firm but also very soft and comforting, not mushy at all, quite toothsome. This is great. Είναι πραγματικά ο βασιλιάς.
Βασιλιάς.
Εγώ προσωπικά πραγματικά το λέω αυτό. Είμαι πολύ ευγνώμων και για τη δική σας φιλοξενία, αλλά και επειδή η δική σας φιλοξενία είναι και τόσο νόστιμη.
Ευχαριστούμε πολύ.
Μακάρι να ήταν όλη η φιλοξενία έτσι.
Preserving covers all sorts of things, even meat. Sausages, for example, dried but also fresh, are a local specialty, and together with peppers, the star of a dish called spetsofai. I give a nod to the spirit of preserving in my own rendition of spetsofai, with pickled peppers and a little of their tangy brine to perk up this hearty stew.
I'm making a really nice sausage and pepper dish called spetsofai. And I'm gonna add these to my pan, which is already pretty hot. Now these are pork sausages. It's very substantial, it's nice and filling. See that beautiful color? That's exactly what we want. Whatever you decide to use is really a matter of personal taste, but it is important to use fresh sausage in this dish. And if you like beef sausages more, that's totally okay too. The next thing I'm gonna do here is saute my onions just to soften them up a little bit. The pan is nice and hot, so this isn't gonna take very long. What I like about this dish is that it's really versatile in its own way because you can serve it in a small portion and you can serve it as a main course even over pasta or over rice. I'm gonna add my peppers, and I'm using just a classic green bell pepper for this, some hot peppers, some fresh hot chili peppers. as many or as few as you want, and you can make it as hot or as sweet as you want. These are gonna cook down and have pretty much the same texture as the onions. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to help that along. Time for the garlic. And I've got 3 cloves in here. This is a really heady dish, and it's supposed to be. It's very robust. Ready for my sausages. You can kind of imagine this dish after a day of skiing or a day of being out in the mountains. It's really filling, and it's, it's meant for good wine or strong tsipuro or even a little bit of ouzo. The next thing I'm gonna do is add a little bit of white wine to this. Just deglaze the peppers of the sausages a bit. For a little bit of sweet acidity, I'm gonna add Greek balsamic vinegar. The tomatoes come up next, and I'm using canned tomatoes for this dish. This goes right in, juice and pulp. I wanna thicken my sauce up as it cooks, so I'm gonna add a little bit of tomato paste. This is about 2 teaspoons. My bay leaves go in next. A little bit of salt. A touch of black pepper. So I'm just gonna let this simmer now for about 45 minutes, a little bit longer maybe. I really want everything to come together, all these beautiful flavors to meld. Wow. This will make what we say in Greek, a hungry bear dance. And I'll explain that to you some other time. I'm gonna add my roasted red Florina peppers right into the pot. A few of these pretty spicy pickled green peppers. I like to leave them whole. And I'm just gonna add 2, but I am gonna add a little bit of that pickling juice. Dried Greek oregano. And I always add that at the end so that you get that beautiful aroma. I'm ready to serve this. Oh, this smells really good. I can't wait to taste this. I'm getting so many different aromas. That beautiful, almost muscular smell from the sausages. The sweet earthiness from the green peppers. For me, this dish is a great example of how to use preserved and fresh foods together, the importance of preserved foods, but it's even deeper than that. For me, it's really about preserving Greek traditions and sharing them with you.
Οπότε αυτή είναι μία από τις κερασιές.
Μία από τις κερασιές. Πάμε να δούμε τα κεράσια. Παρόλο που θέλουν καμιά εβδομάδα για να κοκκινήσουν τελείως.
Wow. Μπορώ να δοκιμάσω, έτσι.
Ναι, το κόκκινο.
Α, είναι και σφιχτές. Wow.
Θα γίνουν έτσι κόκκινα
Ναι.
και μετά κάνουμε και γλυκό από αυτά. Βγάζουμε το κουκουτσάκι και κάνουμε το γλυκό.
Και μαρμελάδα.
Και μαρμελάδα.
Wow. There is nothing more tasty than eating cherries right off the tree. I mean, it's like one of those explosions of totally amazing flavor.
Είναι απίστευτο.
Those cherries, I can still taste them as I pluck them off the tree. One of my favorite varieties is actually the sour cherry called vicino, which is one of Greece's most delicious spoon sweets.
Sour cherries and syrup is so good. I'm starting with my gelatin that I'm just gonna bloom with some hot water, just a couple of teaspoons. I really just want to dissolve the gelatin and get it ready to add to my sugar and sour cherry syrup. My gelatin is nice and dissolved.
I'm gonna mix together my sour cherry syrup and my sugar. And I'm also gonna get my gelatin in here that's been softened with a little bit of hot water. I just want to dissolve my gelatin together with the sour cherry syrup and the sugar before I add my Greek yogurt to this. I want to be sure that there are no little granules left in the gelatin mixture. And here's my beautiful Greek yogurt. Just going to add that to my mixing bowl and whip that all together. I'm just going to get this off here. Now that my Greek yogurt sour cherry mixture is done, I'm going to get started on my whipped cream. Whipped cream is really easy to make at home. You just have to keep in mind a couple of things. Start with cold cream and whip it to a point where there's some structure in here before you add anything. So you see it's pretty thick. I'm gonna add a little bit of vanilla. And now I'm just gonna whip this until the cream has stiff peaks. This is exactly the texture we want. I'm just gonna add this whipped cream to my yogurt sour cherry mixture. And I'm just gonna fold this in very quickly. You wanna try to avoid the streaking. You wanna mix it really well. Now that this is perfectly mixed, I'm just gonna spoon it into my serving glasses, put it in the fridge, and let it set for a couple of hours. This dessert really brings back my earliest childhood memories of Greece. Those endless summers, visiting my aunt, and she would make the visino in her fireplace. I mean, I was an American kid from New York. Seeing this woman, cook in a blackened pot in a hearth was something that will always stay with me. And I want to get a little bit of this delicious syrup on here. A little bit of mint. This dessert for me, as simple as it is, but yet elegant, right, is the evolution of childhood. This is really a modern take on a very traditional way to preserve food. It's kind of like preserving that tradition, preserving the fruit, but also making it really modern and relevant. So it's something you can definitely do at home.
From sea to mountain, Pelion is a really special place. The forests, rushing streams, and sparkling sea below make it seem like the ancient spirits still cavort in nature here, mysteriously, enticingly.